This is a Big Brother 27 live feed update. Comment, like, share, and subscribe. Get me to 1,000 subs. So in this video, I'm talking about the aftermath of the RYLIE HOH hijack, which is turning out to be a bigger screw job than Shima. Now I'm finding out that not only did Mickey take over his HOH, but apparently RYLIE isn't even safe. And if he doesn't get evicted, I don't know if he would be allowed to compete for the next HOH. Or will Mickey still be allowed to compete in the next HOH? Because I wouldn't be surprised how they would pull extra BS with this superpower that they gave Mickey. But funny enough, finding out that there was a verbal confrontation that, of course, they hit it, Kat was one of his main defenders. And Kat has been one of the main people by his side. You know, the same Catherine that Big Brother Twitter, and I'm sure on Blue Sky as well, they're trying to claim that RYLIE is committing sex crimes or potentially going to commit sex crimes to get Catherine, and she's terrified of him. But yet she's been by his side and even defended him in a verbal confrontation. I mentioned that only to further highlight just how scummy liberals are in general, because it's this overwhelming majority liberal fan base that is always in suggesting that some man is sexually harassing or is on the brink of committing a sex crime against a woman, especially if he dares show some romantic interest into her. Now, of course, this is the same people that could give two craps if it's like a gay dude going around fondling the women, or if it's a woman stalking a man. But again, it's just another example of, on top of their hate for the White House guests in the house, their hate for heterosexual men. You know, and the same people that concern troll for Catherine are also calling her like a Klansman whenever she, I don't know, looks at the colored house guests in the house, or POCs as they like to call them, in a certain way. Or since they know that if she won HOH, she would target them. I mean, again, I can't emphasize enough just how like subhuman liberals are. You know, whether it's politics, you know, presidential elections, or it's something as trivial and low as a reality competition game show. Like, they will accuse people of the most heinous things while actively defending people who are their quote unquote allies that are actually guilty of the things that they accuse people of. But yeah, I thought I'd just highlight that first. But yeah, he really got screwed. The fact that he's not even safe and possibly can't even compete in the next HOH if he doesn't get evicted. Because, you know, he was technically HOH, the official. You know, and you can guarantee, let's say Catherine wins the next HOH. Guess who's going to pop up? Oh, I'm the mastermind. I know I've been gone for the past couple of weeks, but I'm back. And we know that's the bullshit that they're going to do. Because it's about protecting those POC women in particular, and Rachel. And it's not without coincidence, those POC women are the ones aligned with Rachel. I mean, I just heard a conversation where Ashley was talking about we got to make sure Rachel is safe, saying that to Will. Like, really? The returner who hasn't even been considered to be put on the block yet? That's who you're concerning yourself with? Yeah, I should have placed a bet on who was going to be at the end game. I probably would have made a lot of money, because I've been saying, even before the live feeds began, that it was going to be POC women, Rachel, and Jimmy the Gay at the end. The only modification I've made is that Ava will probably be there with them. So like Mickey, Ashley, Morgan, Rachel, Jimmy, and Ava. You know, since Ava is obviously a production fave, and they allow her to sleep all day. Something we found out from Zach. Speaking of Zach, he was talking to Mickey, and he was pushing the idea, wouldn't it be exciting for America if you evicted Riley on his own HOH? And it's not a cutthroat move, because all Zach is doing is helping evict another man when all these women he knows are working together, along with Jimmy, are still in the house. He can't possibly believe that he's high on the totem pole of that. And if he really wanted to be cutthroat and play a badass game, he would have pushed Lauren to either put up Ashley, and if he didn't get that done, he would have pushed for the tie break so they could have evicted Will. And then when Mickey went to hijack the HOH, if Riley would have won in a scenario where Adrian is still in the game, he would have let Riley know Mickey has the power. That would have been ballsy. That would have been cutthroat. What he's doing now is being a part of the pandering party. Oh, wouldn't America love you to get rid of that cowboy redneck? He's probably a Klansman Riley. Like, that's the pandering. And it's not lost on me. And it can't be lost on anyone else, since that's what CBS announced in 2020. The diversity quota. That's why that conversation can never be let go, because that's what CBS announced that they were doing. And it's not just in the casting of the show, but it's in the production of the show. And the DR is a part of the production that encourages certain alignments. Because it didn't make sense for Zach to keep quiet about Mickey having the power, since even though he's recently been put in an alliance with her with the heavy hitters, he still knows that she recently said his name. So he was incentivized, at the very least, to have either Mickey get evicted or somebody from that side. Because he's still going around now that he talking about how he wants Ashley out. He could have got Ashley out with a Riley HOH, because that's who Riley was planning on putting up: Mickey, Morgan, and Ashley. And he could, and if Ashley didn't take herself off the block, could have still got rid of Ashley. And let's say if she did take herself off the block, in that scenario, who knows? Probably get Riley to put up a Rachel, and then you would have had the opportunity to get her out. But obviously they have some pact to make sure Rachel at least makes it to jury. But yeah, and we found out that Zach is the main one that's thrown Riley under the bus, that encouraged Mickey to activate her power. Basically telling her how, Zach was planning on nominating her along with Ashley, Morgan, or Will. And that's part of her Peach Cobbler alliance. Essentially, the cookout, her black alliance. And so that's why she wants Riley out. Now, meanwhile, Jimmy and Morgan are talking about wanting KEANU evicted. And so maybe if Morgan and Jimmy fights for this KEANU eviction over evicting Riley, then maybe Zach's intentional plan to sort of split Morgan and Mickey from one another, and having one trust him more, then maybe that'll work out for him. But it would be unintentional, though. That's the thing. Like, he does have a good social maneuvering throughout the house, but it doesn't mean anything when you don't have no balls, when you don't have any backbone to weaponize your social capital. But anyway, that's all I have to say about this. I'll probably make another video in maybe a few days after the noms. You know, I'll probably make another video when they bring up the veto pics or something. Because, yeah, there's nothing really going on. Outside of, I just had to highlight and showcase that, yeah, this sex crime that they're trying to heap upon RYLIE against Catherine, you know, proof positive that's not the case. Because guess what? When Caleb was harassing Amber, she most definitely wasn't laying around with him, comforting him when he was crying. No, she was trying to stay and get away from him. You know, that was the one season where you had a legitimate complaint. But guess what? Caleb was allies with Frankie, and they wanted Frankie protected, at least into jury. And that's why they didn't do anything about that. But yeah, I'll close right there.